So today we're going to be doing second grade lesson one worksheet. And today the lesson is going to be about grouping objects. So write an equation to match each array. And we can see that they did the first two for us. So we can see here that there are two rows, and the number of rows equals the number of times we add. So since there's two rows, we have to add two times. And the amount we add depends on the number of items in each row. So in each row, let's see here, we have one, two, three apples. So we add by three each time. So three plus three. And again, so we add by three twice because there's two rows. And three plus three would be six. So for this problem, the second problem, it's the same concept. There's one, two, three, four rows, which means we add four times. The number we add by is one, two, three, four, five. We add five four times. So five plus five plus five plus five. That would equal 20. Okay, now moving on to this problem. There's one, two, three rows, and there's one, two, three, four hats. Four hats in each row. So we would add four times. Four plus four plus four. That equals 12. Now, this next one, there's only one row, and there's one, two, three, four, five hats. And since we have an equation, we don't look at the number of rows going, rows meaning going side to side. We'll look at the number of columns, which is the things going up and down. So there's, again, we counted five, so we would add it five times. So one plus one plus one plus one plus one, which is five hats in total. This one, we're going to go back to the rows. So there's one, two, three, three rows. And in each row, there's one, two, three trucks in each row. So three plus three plus three, which is nine. This problem, there are one, two rows, and you can also tell by the number of lines down here. So there's one, two, three, four airplanes in each row, which means we would add four twice. Four plus four is eight. Okay, now let's move on to this section, and it's the same thing. One, two rows, and one, two. So two in each row. So we would add two times. Two plus two is four. And for this section, we're gonna do only the left-hand column. So these problems. Okay, so this problem has one row and one, two, two in each row. But we're gonna be looking at the columns here. So it's one plus one, which is two. This problem has one, two, three, four, five rows. So you add five times. One, two, three, four, five, five cats in each row. So you add five times. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, which would be 25. Okay, now let's move on to lesson 1.2, skip counting. Count by two, write the missing number. So they did this first one for us, and it says 8. And then the numbers after that are 10 and 12. So we can see here that there's 2 marbles each time, which means every time we're going to be increasing by 2. So 12 plus 2 marbles we're adding, which would be 14. So 14 marbles here. Count by 5, write the missing number. So if it means count by 5, that means add by 5 each time. And it did this one for us for, so 15. 15 plus 5 would be 20. And then it does this one for us. So 20 plus 5 is 25. And then you add 25 by 5 again. So that would be 30. And then you repeat it by adding another 5, so 35. This time we're going to be counting by 10, and it tells us that the starting number will be 40. So if we count by 10, we have to add 10 each time. So 40 plus 10 is 50. And you can also think of it as just 5 plus 1, which is 6. And then you add in the 0, so 60. Count by 2. So we're going to be adding by 2 each time. 14. 14 plus 2 is 16. 16 plus 2 is 18. 18 plus 2 is 20. And then this blank right here is 20 plus 2, which is 22. Count by 5, write the missing numbers. So we're going to be adding by 5. 20. 25 plus 5 is 30. And we have to add 5 to 30, which is 35. And it does these 3 for us. So 50 plus 5 is 55. 60 plus 5 is 65. 70 plus 5 is 75. And 75 plus 5 is 80. This time we have to count backwards by 10. So instead of counting backwards, we can just add 10 going from right to left. So 10 plus 10 is 20. 20 plus 10 is 30. 30 plus 10 is 40. 50 plus 10 is 60. And 70 plus 10 would be 80 given to us. And that's all we're going to do for today.